The MP7 is a starting PDW, so you might assume it's weak. But make no mistake, this gun is one of the best guns in the game, particularly if you enjoy high kill games. Let's look at why that is. Thanks to Chifrix for the suggestion. The MP7's time to kill is very close to the top of the charts. For an SMG, this is especially important for its viability as they're used in close range, where the most stat check fights occur. Here is the MP7 against its main competitors, the three other guns that offer the base 110 movement speed. This movement speed is notable for being the fastest base movement speed you can achieve, excluding the short-magged MP5. Credits to Swole Guy for the original time to kill spreadsheet. A link to their video and spreadsheet is in the description, if you'd like to check it out for yourself. The MP7 offers the fastest time to kill against unarmoured opponents out of the .10 move speed guns, which is important as you'll be fighting lots of other unarmoured players, and also, every player goes down to 100 hit points after their starting armour is broken. It also remains competitive across all armour categories, and due to the vector nerfs, it will actually outperform it in average situations due to the MP7's bullet drop-off being much better. The MP7's drop-off starts at 40 meters, which is good. Just be aware that against no armour, this will raise the time to kill up to 5 bullets instantly, due to it dealing 24.99 damage, making it a 5-hit kill. The MP7 is a close-range gun. It has a 30-round magazine and 950 rate of fire, so it does empty fast. This means the most important stat for the MP7 is reload speed, to raise the weapon's uptime. Make sure to always drop reload this gun, as it's much faster. The ERK grip is the best grip for this gun, because it offers the best reload time decrease, as well as mildly helping with the recoil stats. For the barrel, I used a flash hider to reduce horizontal recoil more, but on reflecting, the recoil is quite manageable, so a short suppressor is also a valid option, and I'd say probably better if you were to main this weapon. Quick mags synergize with the ERK to minimise your reload time, enabling you to make bold plays as you can now very quickly reload this gun. Due to its fast move speed, putting on a red laser and hip firing can be a good idea. I personally don't though. Because this weapon is so movement focused, I will also cover my assault armor loadout. You want an NT helm, ideally the level 150 one that doesn't have the click on me red hat this one does. Light armor, and I personally run the normal backpack to get a second ammo box for more resupplying. The MP7 offers 1.09 movement speed, as you lose 0.1 to the ERK grip. Movement speed is a stat that scales exceptionally hard with player skill. It allows you to get more kills per minute by getting you into the action sooner, but it's also a combat stat in close quarters as it makes you harder to track, especially when hip firing and wiggling. It also allows you to apply a high amount of pressure and capitalise on opponents' downtime. Here's an example of that. There's 3 enemies, I killed 2 and injured a third one. I'm able to drop a frag which locks him in place, and I push with a quick reload behind a building, just discarding the spent mag entirely. As soon as the frag detonates, I'm straight on top of him again, and his reaction is telling. Playing this high aggression, high pressure gameplay is risky, however. It's quite easy to W and M1 your way into a high death count. There's a fine line between good aggressive play and reckless sprinting. In general, the recoil for this gun is manageable for the distances you should be using the weapon for, which is surprising for a weapon that kills as fast as it does. Recoil is largely not an issue. It does drift at medium range, but it feels fairly easy to correct, and I would always full auto this gun. Bursting or tap firing is never required. If the target is at a long range where you cannot control the recoil to hit them, they're probably too far anyway and you should close the gap. One thing I want to note is the very low velocity stat of 350. This means you will have to lead shots at anything outside of very close range, and as someone who usually runs assault rifles and carbines, this can take a little getting used to. There's a few basic principles I'd like to identify. 1. Aggression. The MP7 awards bold, aggressive plays. You want to be gap closing onto known enemy positions at all times and staying ideally within 40 meters of your targets. 2. Skirmishing. Whilst your mag can get multi-kills with these, it's just not the 50 round P90 mag. Fighting less people, or fighting with cover so you can break contact for a reload, is important. 3. game knowledge. Despite it being a starter gun, if you want to thrive with the MP7, it does require a lot of map knowledge. This is because you need to know where the flanking routes are, the flow of the maps, and where the enemies will likely be. Here is an example of these rules. I'll respawn and go down the street with the yellow arrow, and I'll see a squad in the yellow circle. This range is obviously poor for my SMG, so I'll use my movement speed to go into the unused buildings to close the gap. I re-engage, but there's still too many and I only have one angle to peek, so I move up again, and now I'm in the building right next to their original position. They can hear me, so they try to push me. But the MP7's high time to kill wins the fight and I defend B. So, in this clip I've been aggressive by constantly getting nearer to the known position. I've been skirmishing by picking them off individually and using cover to heal, and I've been using game knowledge to advance on their position from the edge of the map safely. I went into 2 solo games to finish getting clips for this video, and I achieved a good KD in both, which shows the strength of the gun and the movement speed loadout's power to give you lots of kills. Here's some clips from those games. Thanks for watching.